I think that as Nigerians, as a society, we need to stop pretending like we are not sexual human beings, like we don't have sex or we don't like to talk about sex or we're not horny people.
So we are horny people.
We are.
We are. We are.
If you are single like I am and you survived all the razzle dazzle and oppression that people that are in relationships and people that are getting into marriages were putting us through on social media, I personally feel like you would survive everything that 2024 has to offer. And fully what happened on social media, several assumptions as well as narratives sprung up about conservative women and how they are more likely to attract influential men and have happy marriages. So today on Hot Takes, we'll be discussing what Nigerians consider as conservative and the role it plays in marriages. My name is Elvis Christian.
And my name is Chris. You're welcome to another spicy episode of PulseHotTakes. Today, as usual, we have with us very special people in the studio.
Why do I feel like you're blushing? I know it's still seeing you.
Please keep your opinions to yourself.
All right.
Okay, so, and as usual, I will let them introduce themselves because I don't think I'll be able to introduce them properly.
Let's start with a familiar face. Kimmy K, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm back. I'm back.
After everything that happened.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not go
She
there.
survived.
You survived.
Hey, I survived. Hey guys, my name is Kimmy K. I'm a model and a media personality, and yeah, I'm Hot Takes today.
Period.
Hello, guys. My name is Kunle. I'm a recording artist. I'm a gospel music minister. I'm a data analyst as well. So I'm glad to be here on Hot Takes.
Welcome.
Gospel minister. Interesting.
Hi guys, I'm Baaj, Adebule. I'm an actor and a filmmaker, and I'm pretty intrigued at what we're going to do today. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. So following the marriages, the Kunle Remy and his wife, and the engagement
Bliss.
of Moses Bliss and his very beautiful partner, might I add, she's really pretty. People started saying that, that it's time for conservative women to lead the pack, that the ones that are always going to attract men that are well-to-do, men that are important in society. That's, so to say, the opposites of conservative men, which we'll try to find out what that is, do not attract these men. First, what do we think is a conservative woman? What does that term mean to you? Was this speaking to anybody?
Wants to go first?
You want to go first?
Okay.
What do you think is a conservative woman?
I honestly don't even understand you who talk about conservative, liberal woman. I think people should just be good, right? And have some self-respect and dignity. I don't know, because the word conservative might differ. I'm sure it differs from person to person. So, yeah, I'm here to have that conversation. But for me, it's just about being, what's the word? I think modest.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
Yeah, so I think conservative for me would just be modest, right? But then people can even say, where are the lines of modesty? So in the end,
what is it? It's a very fickle. But to a lot of Nigerians, a conservative woman is a woman, one, that needs to wear makeup. Two, are you serious? That needs to wear bone straight. So Christabel, you're not conservative.
I'm not.
That needs to wear bone straight. You can't be conservative because you're not wearing bone straight.
I
You
mean,
understand? It's a very
but I think this is a
narrative.
problem. So conservative,
her nails.
My nails.
so you see now, it has shifted from mindset to appearance.
Appearance will always be there now.
Yeah, there's more appearance than
The
anything,
first
right?
thing you see is the appearance.
Like,
True.
you must be dancing to gospel trends specifically.
Yeah.
There's that,
Oh
all those
my
kind of
God.
things. You go to church often, you're a worker in church or at the mosque, conservative, like it's outside religion, but it's specific to religion in a way.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you can.
Good women.
I don't
quote
think you
unquote.
can't be conservative and not be religious.
Religious,
I don't
yeah, I think-
they're not mutually exclusive.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because the American Conservative Party are
No,
not
that's
necessarily
different.
Christians
Too.
or
No,
Muslims.
if it's America, it's a different
Based
conversation.
on
But in
Nigeria.
Nigeria, yeah.
Okay, so for me, when I hear conservative, I hear traditional. And that's basically, the Nigerian definition of conservative. And a woman that has not been touched, the flower in the
I don't
compound
think it's
that
still like that.
has not been picked. That's
Nah, I
basically
don't
what I
think it's still
hear.
like that.
But, as Nigerians, I think we tend to define things based on our own experiences and based on our own mindsets, which might not actually be what it is now. So if someone will tell you a conservative woman is a virgin. So are you saying someone that's not a virgin cannot be a conservative woman?
Well, I mean, yes, there are spaces that were held now. and especially specifically Moses Bliss's fiance, right?
Yes.
What they were really talking about was her virginity, the fact that she's
How
a
do they
virgin.
know?
How did they know? That's another thing.
And
don't
I
know who
found-
told them,
I
but-
found that space very, very disgusting. I think that as Nigerians, as a society, we need to stop pretending like we are not sexual human beings, like we don't have sex, or we don't like to talk about sex, or we're not horny people. Because
So we are horny people.
we are.
We are. We are. Hold on.
Are you speaking for all of us?
Hold on.
Let me pick his brain on that. Are you a horny
Yeah,
person?
I'm not a horny person.
See, the stats show
I'm
it
not.
that Nigerians are one of like the highest consumer of pornography content, whether you like it or not. So all these pretense that I see on social media, when people have conversations about sex, they'll be like,
it's like-
no, I'm going to heaven, no, I don't do all that, which I think to me is BS. That's what I feel.
So what do you?
So I mean, obviously, I will never be on such a space. I found out later, and this is me talking from a Christian perspective. I would say that space was actually nonsense. It's insulting to her personality, and it's not even. I cannot even say it is inspired by righteousness, and it's definitely it's not.
It's not.
So here is the thing. Virginity will not guarantee a great marriage. I just want to put it out there. And I'm a Christian, tongue talking, saved, sanctified. And I want to tell you out there that virginity is not a bargaining chip with God. You can be a virgin and have a terrible marriage,
Yeah.
and get into an abusive marriage, and even have a terrible character. So this unnecessary fixation on virginity. Now, virginity is, I mean, you keep yourself, do you understand? But it's not something you use to one up another. And I think that's where the problem is. That's a religious problem, where you want to feel like you are better than another
Yes.
person.
Which is a normal Nigerian.
Yeah, so maybe we can speak.
I'm a better Christian than
than you.
Yeah, because I've never had sex.
Yeah. But you've done other things, though.
That's what we're even heading
Let me even
towards, yeah.
jump in.
Yeah.
There's this obsession with virginity that Nigerians have. And I don't have a problem with virgins or anybody who is a virgin. In fact, I think that people should keep themselves to whenever they feel like, oh, they're ready to have sex, maybe in an exclusive relationship or even marriage. That's good and fine. But how exactly do you define virginity?
Thank you.
How do you define someone who is a virgin? Is it someone that has never seen breast before? Is it someone that has never had vaginal penetration before, but you've had anal penetration before, but you say because you've not had vaginal penetration, it means you are still a virgin? So I think the lines are kind of blurred, because how do you define
What is
who
what?
and what a virgin is? But the obsession is crazy, and like you said, it can never guarantee you anything.
Nothing
It
at
will
all.
put money in your
Yes,
account.
there is, my brother. There is.
There
There's a
Trust
serious
me.
obsession with
I thought
virgins
there was maybe like 10 years ago.
There is.
till now.
There is.
But with female virgins, because who wants a male virgin? I'm speaking on behalf of myself and Nigerian women and women all over the world. We don't want a male virgin. If you're coming to me, come to me experienced. Go and learn in the world, then come to me. And that's what I feel. So the idea of virgins, which is mostly females, it's a misogynistic part where this concept, this societal concept, is used to oppress women, and it is what it is.
So, Christopher, would you want a male virgin?
First of all, I'd
She
like
really
to lay a
said she's talking for
disclaimer
everybody.
That
that I'm not in support of sexual actions outside any form of commitment. Your commitment can be whatever it is to you, right? Your commitment can be whatever it is to you. But me personally, I do not want to marry a virgin.
Interesting.
I don't, because I mean, let's say me, I don't really have so much experience, and
Let's
the person I'm marrying,
let's say.
and the person I'm marrying also doesn't have any form of
Yeah.
experience. I know that people will say, "Oh, you guys can learn together."
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to do that. It is my personal opinion. I do not want to marry a virgin.
All right, so like the guys, right? Do you want your wife to be a virgin? Would you marry a female virgin?
No.
You don't want a female virgin.
No.
Why?
Okay, first, I think obviously that means you're going to have to do this virgining, which is something I've been through before, and it's quite traumatic. Now, the thing is, when you think about that thing, you only think about the females. For obviously, they're the ones that go
in
through
fact,
it.
I have
No
a
one
lot to say
ever
on this.
thinks about the guy and what he goes through to do it. It's a very terrible experience for a guy.
Yes, because
So-
I don't want to be hearing ouch and crying and bleeding and discomfort. Then sex becomes exercise. Go and learn. And
But it's just a
come.
one-time thing.
So
now.
the point, let's look at this now. One is saying I don't want a virgin. Another person is saying So if you don't want someone who is a virgin, that means they have to practice with other people.
Yeah,
Do you see where the issue is? But if we're talking about virginity, I love you said there is a misogynistic approach to it, and we have to be very honest. Yeah, it's almost as if society expects women to be virgins, but the ones who are being disvirgined, it is a man most times, because we understand that there are different these things now, expressions, right? But much more importantly, we need to really sit down and ask ourselves, is it about virginity or sexual discipline? Because there are people, I mean, if the whole talk is
by
about
sexual discipline, what do you mean? So like in like, so as per I'm not having sex, but I should not kiss as well.
Well, so for me, now people have different boundaries, but for me, my boundary is the word of God. I mean, I'm very deliberate about that. Now, while kissing may not be a sin, it can lead to it. Do you understand? And the way I analyze it is, if my savior was right there in the room with me, will I be doing what I am doing?
So why
and
are you
that really helps me.
Jesus being in the room when
Do you understand?
with your babe?
So I mean, no, but that's it. That's it. If I say that I carry God, and that's my consciousness, right?
Okay.
Even if he's not here physically, he's inside of me, and my body is a temple of the Lord. Of the Holy Ghost,
Hallelujah.
right? So, but now I also understand that people have different life approaches. But when it comes to social sciences, you will see that a community where there is sexual discipline, people tend to do much better, and we cannot shy away from that. You have your choice, you can do whatever you want, but we are seeing the results in society.
Facts are
right?
facts.
So bottom line, would you want to marry a
If
single?
it's not a prerequisite, and I've been vocal about it, there is more to it, because the person might have even been raped, one, or two. That's why the conversation about the high men. There are people who are not having vaginal sex.
Ballet dancers typically.
They've done every other thing.
Do you understand? And just because you want to preserve that virginity, I'm a virgin, it's no longer about purity to you. It's no longer about self-discipline. It's not something about,
It's more
you know,
like it's
trying to be
status,
better.
something
Yes,
to be proud
that's
of.
the word. You know, so virginity is not a gift to your husband or your wife. It is not something to bargain with God with. It's just a personal decision based on conviction, right? So I won't judge a woman whether she's a virgin or not. I want you. I like what I know about you, and that's enough for me.
All right. So
But let me just butt in here. So for me, we cannot continue to keep pretending that sex is not important in any
That's
form
where
of
I was driving
relationship.
on.
Like, we are not sexual beings. Again, we are horny people. We are sexual beings.
It is honey.
No. It is what it is. Like, pretending just makes people more, like
Covert.
that.
Closed
Yes, and you know what they are doing behind the closed doors. And like
with
you
Jesus
said,
in the room.
you know. See, sexual discipline is very, very important. But how do you achieve sexual discipline when you don't even know what you like, and when you've not explored, and when you don't even know what you want? And I support exploring, but in a committed form of relationship.
All right. So sex before marriage thoughts. Personally, I believe everybody. Well, not everybody, right? I believe I expect people to be having sex while they are courting before marriage, because people tend to downplay the impact of sexual compatibility. How compatible people... Yes, I've had a discussion with you outside. I knew you were going to laugh. But people tend to undermine that, right? Because we are all sexual beings, but we're not all wired sexually the same way. For example, not me. For I heard from grapevine. Let's say a man and a woman, and this man likes oral sex and the woman doesn't, but because they are trying to do no sex before marriage, they now find out at the wedding night or whenever you choose to have sex that this man does not like sex the way I offer sex. Then people now start telling you, start and compromise is marriage, understand. And every time you're having sex with your husband, you are always compromising something. It's not, I don't know, it's not sweet.
So it's no longer
So I want to
pleasurable
know
for
what you like, then you know what I like.
And then test run it on you.
Not test run. We're not testing. It's a real deal.
You are running everything.
Yes, everything. Full speed.
So
that's where we're going.
Again, people have different opinions, right?
Yeah.
For me, sex before marriage is a real no. And I'm again, by my convictions as a believer, my body is a temple. Yeah, fornication. And fornication is not even is not a Christian or religious. Fornication is actually having sex outside of a marital commitment, right? And Here is the reason. People say you want to test run the car. We've seen all of that. Sexual compatibility. And like somebody said, he said there's nothing like sexual compatibility. There is sexual discipline. There's sexual responsibility. That talk about, I want to know whether you like oral sex.
When you love,
no, I get you.
There are men that say they will never go down on a woman.
What holds a
Not for me,
marriage?
Sha.
What holds a marriage? What holds a commitment must be deeper than sexual desire. And we have to be honest about that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I understand that, right? Many a times, yes, there are other deeper things that should hold a marriage. But
Sex
many a
is
time-
important too.
Yes, many a times, it's that tiny straw that will bring the camels back. Everything is perfect. He takes care of her. She takes care of him. Everything is working. But their intimacy, there is a problem. Right? Maybe the woman likes to have sex for a very long time and the man can just go 15 minutes and she wants more than that. Or when you are someone that has like a very low sex drive and you're marrying someone that she is not even aware because she has not tried.
Yeah.
She's not aware that she has a very almost insatiable sex drive. Then people will not start fighting each other. Then away matches will not start coming. Infidelity will start creeping into the room.
I get you, but you see, again, we're talking about a marriage now. God's design for these things is that there will be a middle ground. Do you understand? And in a bid to want to test, that's why a lot of these things are happening now. Where somebody can even sleep with you and say, I didn't enjoy you. Then go to another person. And it is happening in our world.
Yeah, but if you do enjoy it, why should you stay now?
So that's why you are not even meant to test it. Because when you hold yourself, it's true now.
Test it.
It's
Okay,
true that
so
it's
at least when you are married now, you are there.
you know that
you are
because
there.
there is so
So
we
it's
will
like you're
make
catching
it
me.
work. Yes.
Why would you catch me?
We'll make it work because it's a commitment.
Okay. See, my thing is when it comes to sex before marriage or no sex before marriage, I feel like if you are the kind of person that believes I do not want to have sex before marriage, go and meet your kind.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree with
Yes,
that.
Don't come,
I agree with you.
I agree with that.
See, don't come
In fact,
to
that
me
is a very
knowing
important
that
thing.
knowing that I'm a sexual person and I like being touched and I like all these kind of things and I want to feel you before we get to the altar. Do you get? Don't come to me and tell me that, oh, let's do a no sex before marriage. It cannot work. Kole work.
Exactly.
And that's what happens because people tend to go to, you are not my kind. You are not my kind. So like I think there's a Bible verse that says,
Do not be unequally yoked.
That's
Come on.
it.
But that
The
is
Bible
compatibility.
smacked when they said
That
that.
is compatibility.
That's
also sexual compatibility.
So in that,
It is.
it's not, no.
It
So let's
is.
analyze. When it says do not be unequally yoked, it means that it's not talking about sex. It's saying orientations. So I will not be in a commitment with someone who wants us to have sex before marriage because that's against a core principle of mine. So those who want to have sex with each other, do it.
Yeah.
And the problem is some of these people who say they don't want to have sex, you are eyeing somebody. So
Having lustful desire.
yeah.
You know, sorry, let me catch my breath. Yeah. So many times, people are always. I'm still on this sexual compatibility.
Yeah,
The reason why I said it's sexual compatibility is that always go after. If I'm a person that I would. I have parents. All right. So I'm a sexual person, right? I am very needy, right? So I'm a kind of person that I want to feel the person before we get married.
You want to taste the fruit.
Yes, right? I want to do that before marriage. And I'm not going to go and start looking for somebody that does not want that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to put my scope for partners are going to be those people that have those same beliefs with me. That's why I said people tend, even this orientation narrative, that's why a lot of men end up marrying women that don't even know themselves sexually. You find this woman has never had sex before. She has held herself back from anything that would trigger sexual urges and all of that. And when she gets into marriage, then she now realizes that she's not even attracted to not only is she not attracted to the husband, she's not attracted to men generally. So where do you find the middle ground for something like that?
Very interesting.
You take her to church put candle on her head to pray?
No. So again, as someone who is also a counselor at some level, right? These are things you explain to people before marriage. Do you understand? Again, marriage is very, very, very important. It is important to God and even society. right? Because if everybody's having sex, that's why we're having a lot of children outside of marital homes. And we are seeing the effects of these things, right? So the family is the basic unit of a society where there is discipline, where there is culture, there is love, and all of that. And before you get into that, there must be some level of understanding and training. Especially you've not been married before. You are, so those conversations need to be had. Now, sexual attraction is very important. We're not going. So if you are not sexually attracted to someone, you have no business being in a relationship that will lead to sex in the future. So those are conversations, and in practical terms, I would tell a guy, if you are talking to this girl, if you're around that, does your body move? Do you understand? And I'm being very practical here, right? Do you understand? It does not mean you are an evil person. God gave us these sexual desires. But you see, we must manage them.
Why give me something?
Because the purpose of fire, if fire is not controlled, then it can burn things and go out of hand. That sexual desire is a fire, and it's meant to be channeled properly.
In a marriage.
In a marriage.
But tell us your own thoughts.
You're saying a lot of things I agree with. I don't start retorting what someone has said.
So you don't believe in sex
your
before
own
marriage?
words.
Oh, I do.
Exactly. So why?
Oh, it's okay. You understand the point of you need to test the person before you understand the whole religious part of it. But personally, it's going to be a personal decision, no matter how you see it.
All right.
If you're the kind of person that is into it, then be with the person that is into it.
All right. So back to the whole Moses Bliss and Kunle Remy. A lot of arguments were like, conservative women attract influential men, right? So other people also saying that these quote unquote influential men, specifically these two names I called, were attracted to these women because of, some said, passports. Moses Bliss wanted a passport from her because she's a citizen of a foreign country. And people said Kunle Remy was attracted. People said, not Elvis, people said that Kunle Remy was, attracted to the one because Otedola attended the wedding. And we all know he didn't come for Kunle Remy, so... Right. So what do we think about that?
Okay. I'm going to say something. I don't want it to sound controversial.
It will be controversial.
But it is what it is.
That's how a controversial statement starts.
Really? Usually.
Yeah, usually.
See, how I feel is marriage is a business decision to me. If people, I agree with the arguments that people are saying, they're getting married because of this passport. And so I think it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to want to get married to someone that is going to elevate you financially, elevate your social status. And if that is what is happening, it's fine. But my problem is why society gets angry at women for doing the same thing. For wanting to elevate their status by marriage.
So do you think marriage is a poverty alleviation scheme?
It could be. If it's
I like that you laughed. Because that's funny.
When did they get angry at women for doing that?
No, people do now. Gold diggers though. They say women when they want to marry up. That's the marry up.
Most marriages is not woman marrying up.
Wow. But let me chime in on that. Again, people just come up with all forms of theories. You don't really know these people.
At the end of the
you
day,
don't know their lives.
As you were saying,
People are just.
So,
for example, I will speak on the Moses Bliss issue.
Yeah.
As I say, he married for this somebody who can travel anywhere at any. I mean, you have an idea. Do you understand?
Moses Bliss is very well to do.
People just
very well to do,
and then pick a narrative
and run,
push it, run with it, and then make it. And a lot of times, people are busy enjoying their lives. The real people are busy enjoying their lives than to come out and refute what you're saying. So.
Also, I think that the people that are saying these things is also possible that you are projecting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because you know that's the kind of thing you would do.
You would have done,
Because okay, let's say he did marry for papers. He did marry because this person has influence, but that's not the only thing the person has. This person has character. This person has other values that he must have. Like you said, we don't know these people.
We don't.
At the end of the day,
We
don't know these
We
people.
don't.
Okay, so to move on from this conversation, I would like to end it by asking a question. Do you think that virginity is something that a person should be proud of? Because we've heard instances, I have heard people say the virginity of a woman is her pride. I will start by saying that, first of all, there's nothing like the virginity of a woman is her pride. Your pride should be your character, your intelligence, what you have in your brain, not what you have in between your legs.
Period.
That is not where your pride should be coming from. So you cannot define a good woman, a good man, a good person
Based
by
off
them being
body
a virgin.
count.
Do you get based off their body counts? That's my personal opinion.
Forget about your body count.
Okay.
I think it's something you can be proud of.
Yes.
I'm not
It's
saying you shouldn't be proud
I'm
of
not
it.
even saying it as like opposing your point. I actually totally agree with what you're saying. But I think proud of in the case of, let's assume you work out pretty well and you look really good. You should be proud of that.
Yes,
achieving that. So
definitely.
it's something that is not easy to achieve.
Yes.
It takes discipline to get it.
Yeah.
So that kind of pride, but not in a
Yes,
you
not
think
in
you're
a
not-
better
That's what
than
I'm talking
you kind
about.
of pride.
Not just virginity talk, sexual
Sexual
discipline,
discipline,
right? It's something to be proud of. Oh, yeah, I decided
I
not
agree.
to sleep with anyone till
You married.
I got married. And you can even inspire other people because this world now,
Honestly,
we need more
of
role
the
models.
inspiration.
We
We
need
need that
we need all
inspiration.
it,
We
you
need
know.
all
And
the
I love
girls.
that we're having this kind of conversation because things are happening.
Ching.
Kimmy K.
I mean, for
okay,
me,
you can.
virginity in itself, being proud of it, no. But sexual discipline, celibacy, like actually deciding to keep yourself till you are in a relationship where someone respects you, someone actually takes care of you. Because it's easy to just want to sleep with anyone just for sleeping's sake. But once you decide
My
that,
body, my
okay,
choice.
Personally, yeah.
That's
Personally,
what.
That'd be pregnancy.
No, I know it. It cuts
it's
across
everything.
everything now.
Everything.
if you're celibate, you can be proud of it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a,
Personally,
it's a
I
really
feel
a
like
thing.
virginity is a huge feat. If you keep, especially for an old person, like an older person, yeah.
How old?
Well, if you're in your 30s and you're a virgin, I feel like something you should be proud of because,
You're a loser.
especially if you.
Okay.
Okay, is it
No, okay. Let me take that.
Is it both genders? Or
No, I'm talking about male.
No, okay.
Wow.
But.
Wow, how?
To be fair.
No.
Wait,
I'm going to.
Can I land?
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that if you're an older person, right, and you're a virgin, personally, I feel it's something you should be proud of, especially an older person that lives in Lagos. Because Lagos, one, is a very sexual city. And people are hot in this Lagos. There's a big bomb pandemic. So if you are able to hold yourself back and say, I'm not doing, you should be proud. I'll write on my
that should be.
I write
think
on my bio, like
I think that
virgin,
goes back to
hashtag.
what she says.
Yeah.
You should be proud of your sexual discipline,
Discipline, yeah.
not the
The
title of
Not
being
they are better
a
than other
virgin.
people.
But
Yeah,
if you're
I
a
mean,
man,
I'm proud.
you should not be proud of, please.
Why? You
be
should
honest,
Get
be.
something done about that.
You
ASAP.
should be. You should be.
pride of the virginity thing. It's discipline, yes?
Yeah, discipline. You should. Yeah,
Abi?
that you're sexually disciplined.
It's obvious. We already know that it's easier for sex for females than for males. It's easier for females to get it.
How?
It's not easier for females to get sex than it is for males.
The females that are getting the sex, is it not from some?
I know, but you do know it's easier for women to get sex than it is for men.
I
think the
agree.
contrary is the case. So
I
men
don't
easily
agree.
find
I mean,
sex
It's easier for a guy to get sex than a woman.
in Lagos. I think so.
I mean, but we have a global
How?
audience. So, but
I,
it's-
I live in Lagos,
it's-
so my scope
the
is
thing is,
Lagos.
it's
Honestly, think it's easier for you to get sex than she is.
Crystal Bay is Crystal Bay. Help me. But me, as
Answer
a
the
beautiful
question.
boy that's very attractive, I think it's easy for me to get sex.
sex in itself is
Yeah, I know.
is cheap.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
be honest
but for
about
which
that.
gender? It's cheaper
No,
for which
it's
gender?
wait, we are saying which gender? Is it not usually? It's two people now.
Everybody's
Yes.
men
Yeah,
sell
but-
sex these
yeah,
days. Women
one-
sell sex.
One
It's
guy
everywhere.
could have had sex with 10 women. One woman could have had sex with 10. Because it's two people does not mean it's the same two people.
I think guys get sex easier than women.
For real? You genuinely believe that?
Yeah, I think
So
so.
you see,
And
you
it's
see,
coming
so
from
this
someone
then,
that actually
so this
can-
then points to the fact that in the end, these weights we cannot really.
There's no metric.
Yeah, there's no metric to analyze.
I'm
it.
actually surprised you guys believe that. I never
To
thought
God be
people
the
believe
glory.
that.
So that's why that sexual discipline conversation has to be
important.
there. Yeah.
All right, so let me catch a reaction from at Emmanuel Tommy 11, and he says, "Stop trying to ridicule virtue because you lack it." Bam. This is just for me. Most people like to talk down on what they really lack. Basically, yeah. Virginity should always speak great volumes for the character and discipline of an individual on a good number of occasions. I sort of agree, Sha. Low-key. Low-key. I agree that if someone is a virgin, it does speak on their discipline level.
Does it?
Wait.
Because someone can
To
be a
an
virgin
extent. To an
and still
extent.
masturbate and watch
So
porn.
that is why we are
See.
talking about this. You see, it comes back to
Okay,
this
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
to be
sexual
honest,
discipline.
I take that back,
So
yeah.
me, I don't
I
even
get
take the
that.
whole virgin. There are people who have released nations in masturbation, right? And they will come out and claim they are virgins because they've not slept
With
They've not
someone
had
else,
woman
yeah.
sex,
It doesn't make
And I
sense.
also-
And does it really?
I also feel like there are people who are virgins not because they decided, oh, I want
Because
to be
nobody like
sexually
you.
disciplined. No, it's because of religion. You know that your Bible says this is what you are supposed to do.
But is
If
that-
there was no religion, or if there was no law that says you are not allowed to have sex before marriage.
that
Yeah,
applies
but that
to
applies to
most
everything to
people,
discipline.
actually.
I mean, it's principle.
Very
I also
little
feel like a
amount
lot of people
that
are
does
virgin
apply
because
to.
nobody's
that
asking
don't
them.
believe that.
No, that are not
Is it
that their
true?
life
There
isn't
is
governed
that.
by those terms.
They're
that you
officially
said.
challenged.
Most
There is
people
that.
operate like that.
That's what I'm
unfortunately.
saying.
But
So
everyone
we
is
cannot-
guided by a principle or the other.
Yes, I know,
anyways.
but I'm just saying that you cannot. It's not
It's giving
everybody.
pillow talk. So let's. Because all of a sudden the volume's decreased. Let's move on.
But
All
I
right.
think, sorry,
Yeah, no
sorry.
problem.
Virginity cannot be a metric for sound
Evaluating-
character.
Yes, at
It
all.
just cannot.
At
It's
all.
too fickle.
Because there are so many other factors that may not make somebody to have had sex. Do you understand? So get to know people for who they are, and yeah.
All right, so let's get like one sentences now. We're running out of time. So what do we think about the recent accusation of Mrs. Rhodes Vivo owing one of her workers? Like, who caught the story? I did.
I did.
Nice of
Yeah,
you.
because what do you think? There's an update because she just recently apologized. The reason why they
First of all,
apologized.
I won't even call that an
It's
apology.
not, yeah.
If I've wronged you, and a lot of people know, I should apologize to you, not try to
makes
appease them. And then I think it's manipulative.
Yes.
I don't. If I've done something wrong to you, I will apologize
Yeah.
to you.
Yes.
You know, so trying to garner
Saying, "Tell my
public
husband there's
sympathy,
food
then
on the table
I'm not
if
a
I-
fan of that. And then you should not owe people.
Yes.
Again, Nigerians don't hate oppression. They just hate to be the oppressed. And it's not nice. If somebody has worked for you, I did something I've
triggered me now.
experienced
Oh, that's
before.
what happened.
Personally,
I had to tell her God will judge you and your house before she paid me my money.
all right.
I think it's a very shameful situation, and I think it's a very wicked and evil thing to do to someone.
For people that don't know, could you say what happened?
Oh, sorry.
I didn't know this.
Someone
but I was like,
basically,
sooner or later I'll figure
simple.
it out. But now,
someone
I don't
worked
know
for this particular woman,
Okay.
and she withheld payments.
What
For
the person-
months.
what's
And
the-
for months, and this
do you
person
know what-
called her out on social media,
Oh, okay.
and she was reading messages and wasn't responding to the messages. So this person resorted to coming online, tagged her, tagged the business, and this person is the wife of someone that was running for governor. So people are like, maybe if they have won governorship, they will not pay civil servants, but that's a different conversation. A different conversation. But yeah, the husband came out, apologized directly to the person that was
Paid the money.
and paid, and she came
that's
out
cool.
after. It's not, but then it's nice to see that women can mod their husbands sometimes. So there's balance. Because I feel like in this country, it's always the
It's always
husband
the men that
I'm modding the wife. So it's nice to see that there is equity there. So yeah,
I know it's just wicked to
Yeah.
make someone beg
for their
for
own money.
the monies that they work. I
Those
know
are
there's no
apologies.
coming back from
She
that.
didn't
To be
apologize.
honest.
She was just
She was like, "Oh,
um,
my character. This is not in my nature."
Yeah,
Blah 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 blah.
yeah.
Sending
I
us
don't
the
know,
mission,
man.
vision statement of her company. That's like praising her husband.
Do you know the problem? I think Nigerians are easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
Because I saw a lot of the comments and people were like, oh, nice. Then the thing shifted to single people who no good because she was like, I'm on the menu.
Yeah, on the menu.
Nigeria, what
Biti
has that
Bawu,
got
what's
to
our
do?
business?
What
For
has
our
that
husband.
got for our
What's
husband?
my
And what
business?
has that
Is
got
what
to
you and
do
your
with-
husband are eating.
We don't know how to stay true
Side
to
eye.
a cause.
All right, so let's have another. Burna Boy made history as the first Nigerian or African to perform at a Grammy live event.
Dope.
So what does that speak?
That's dope. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, Afrobeat
It's the Grammys.
Yeah.
It is the
Do you
Grammy.
think he's winning though? I like the silence. Moving on.
Let me say something. Let me say
I don't know
something.
the song he's nominated for. Like, I can't have an
Let me
I
say
couldn't
something.
care less.
It will always be nice to see Nigerian and
Succeed,
African music
yeah.
being represented
global-
on an international stage. But my thing is, the Grammys are always known for using artists and not giving them
push-
their
come
dues to push
on.
views. So that's what I don't want to happen with Burna
Burna,
Boy
yeah.
or Davido. I don't want them. If you know
To
they're not
feel
going
included.
to, yes,
Yeah.
if
And
you know
then
you're not
you don't
going
give them
to
their
award
award.
them,
Don't
then
waste
don't
their
call
time.
them to the stage. I don't want
Because
to see
even
that,
the video they were
honestly.
announcing their performance,
They
they
made
put
a
shady
mistake.
vibes.
Oh,
video.
bro.
for Burna
They
Boy.
wouldn't dare do that with a Taylor Swift. They wouldn't
They
dare
didn't
do
want to
that
close
with a
their
Nicki
office.
Minaj. So it's
I
a
hope they
good
do to
thing.
Nicki Minaj. Shout
It's
out.
a good thing, but don't come and use our artists on your stage and not
then
give them their
Their
dues.
dues,
Like
yeah.
diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah, to say they've done their own, they've done their
Yeah.
part.
All right, so veteran Nollywood actor Mr. Adebule was discharged from the hospital following a very serious illness, and we're happy that he survived the entire surgery and all that. So Nigeria qualified round of 16. Proud Nigerian here. I'm wearing the jersey, support. So we qualified based off luck to me, and we're facing Cameroon eventually. Do you think we're gonna survive that match?
I don't have high hopes, my brother.
Do you think? Or you don't watch football?
My own is the banter is going to be brutal.
Honestly, we've been very proud lately. Yeah,
TikTok was on fire.
proud. The small 110 we're winning. We're very
The
proud.
banter will be brutal, and I hope we win.
I hope
We
so
better
too.
win.
I hope so.
All right, guys. So that is all we can take on this week's episode of Pulse Hot Takes. I remain Elvis Christian.
And I remain Chris. Until next time.
Bye.